Hi, hello. Welcome again to the official YouTube channel of the new Intelligent Design. I've been living here in Japan for 30 years. I think I know how to speak Japanese, so I'm going to teach you, maybe for fun, a little bit Japanese language. For example, hello in English. We normally use the word Konnichiwa in Japanese. Konnichiwa, okay? So, in Tagalog, in the Philippine language, when you use the word hello, when you go to the Philippines, you don't have to translate that. You can use the word hello in my country, in the Philippines, where I was born, because we normally speak English. So if you are English speaking person, just go to the Philippines, and you don't have to worry about your language. Just speak freely, okay? Just my simple tips when you go to the both countries, to Japan and to the Philippines. To Japan, use the word hello or konnichiwa. But if you are a foreigner, you can use the word hello in Japan. Meaning the Japanese people are going to simply reply to you hello too, because the Japanese people also study English. So that's why when you use the word hello here in the place where I live, no problem. But normally they have a translation for that. They have another word for that, the word konnichiwa. Okay, thank you. That's simple tips when you go to both countries. Okay, but my channel is a science channel. Okay, but I love to share what I know. Okay, so our topic for today is did science disprove the existence of God? Or in other words, if you believe in the biblical God or in a God or whatever, did science show that your God does not exist? Probably yes, probably no. Because if you are a person who love to talk about science, who are really living in this world that we are living right now in our generation, there are many scientists today. There are many people today who said that science had disproven God. In other words, according to science, God does not exist. According to science, or according to some scientists, God does not exist. Really. So, before that, what do they mean by God? Okay? Because there are many students, especially in school, high school, elementary school, university, and higher learning. All of us are affected by science, you know. But scientists, not science, scientists who are doing science, they are trying to explain many things by using science, and most of their and some of their explanation are always affects what we believe, what we know, what we especially in the topic of religion and science. And therefore, there are many scientists today who are claiming that if you believe that God exists, you are simply stupid or moron or a fool. Okay? That's why they said that according to science, God does not exist. According to science disproves the existence of God. Is that true? Is that true? Is that really correct? Okay, so the reason why our scientists are saying that God does not exist, because they don't have any, they have also an evidence, or they have also a reason why they must use that kind of thinking. Because in the old times, maybe probably 200 years ago or 300 years ago, on that time when science is not yet popular, was not yet popular, many people on that time, if they don't, did not know some phenomena or events in nature, many people are claiming, were claiming that God did it, God did it, God did that, God did And later on, our science found out that actually it was part of natural processes. Therefore, God does not exist, something like that. For example, or another there are also some conflict between science and religion on that time. For example, when Galileo said, before Galileo said, on that time people believed that the sun revolved around the earth. Okay, that the sun, this is the earth, this is the sun, revolves around the earth. But Galileo said, no, the earth revolves around the sun. Okay, something like that. And there was a conflict between a scientist and a religious people. But actually, those religious people at that time are not doing any science. Because if they are doing any science, they must they must have argued with Galileo and said, hey Galileo, if you really believe that the earth revolves around the sun, show us the evidence. Show us what you have done so that we could test our explanation too. But they don't, you know, those who are opposed against Galileo are not scientists. The same today. Those people who claim that God does not exist are not scientists. Okay? And I will show you why. Okay? So, let us first define what is God. Okay? Me, I'm a Christian, okay? I believe that before I became a freelance scientist, I'm already a Christian. So I definitely believe and accept that God exists according to the Bible, biblical God. But after I become a freelance scientist, after I discovered intelligence, remember, before I discovered intelligence, I am already a Christian. Okay? I am already a Christian. I'm a Baptist. So, after that, I discovered intelligence and I became a freelance scientist. So, my belief in the biblical God goes deeper because I discovered intelligence. So for me, therefore, the definition of God for me, the actual scientific, realistic, and empirical definition of God must always be God is equals to intelligent designer, intelligent agent, or intelligent creator, okay, or maker. Because I discovered intelligence. So the first definition that I'm going to tell you, that if you say that God does not exist, first I'm going to ask you, what do you mean by God? Second, the second that I would like to tell you is that, okay, the first I said to you that God is the intelligent designer. Since I discovered intelligence, so okay, so I will ask you again the question, what do you mean by intelligence? Okay, if you are familiar with my discovery, I will, in this screen that you are seeing right now, I am showing you the definition of intelligence. The definition of intelligence tells us that intelligence is the principle of reinforcing an act to survive, to exist, and to succeed. Okay? So it means that whenever an agent would like to exist something, that agent must always use intelligence to exist something. Yeah, right? That's the definition. So we have the existence of the universe, we have the existence of life, we have the existence of existence. Again, three. One, we have the existence of the universe, we have the existence of life, and we have the existence of existence. So according to the definition of intelligence, you cannot have existence without using intelligence. That would be impossible. That's why if you say that God does not exist, while we have an existence, and we know that the universe exists, and therefore there's no God, then you are simply saying that you are not doing any science, or or you have no clue on the topic of intelligence at all. Or Again, I'm going to challenge you. Please open your dictionary right now and tell me the definition of intelligence and apply that to the existence of the universe, existence of life, and existence. And if you could use that, I tell you, you cannot use that, because the definition of intelligence that you are using right now without my discovery are always wrong and not part of science. That's why if you're a scientist or a person who are ridiculing us, Christian, or people in ridiculing in a biblical God, biblical intelligent designer, you are simply doing any science at all. Because first, you must define what is God. What do you mean by God? Second, what do you mean by intelligence? And when you apply that to reality, you must always use an experiment to show that your definition of intelligence is always correct. Even though not perfect, but correct, applicable to the whole, general, universal, like what I've discovered. That's why when a scientist will say, science disprove the existence of God, that scientist or that person is simply a moron, a stupid, sorry to say, I don't want to say it, but no, that's true. And you are not doing any science. Prove me wrong by showing me the definition of intelligence that is better than me. That's a simple question, simple challenge. I always challenge that from 2011 until now. Those people who are going to criticize me, to ridicule me, please show me what is the definition of intelligence that is better, scientific, universal than me. More scientific, more universal, better, much better than my definition, my discovered definition of intelligence. Because intelligence, according to the definition, it predicts that whenever there is an existence, there is always an intelligence. And since we have the universe and existence, therefore there is always an intelligent designer who exists everything that we are saying right now. That's why if you are a scientist who are claiming that God has been disproven, or science has shown that God does not exist, you are simply, you know, you have a mental illness. You are not doing science. Yeah, you must go to the mental hospital and just check your mind, because you are not doing any science at all. Again, if you disagree with me, define what is intelligence. Define, fight me scientifically in this kind of battle. Win against me. Win against me. And if you win against me, first, I will promise that I'm going to ask sorry, forgiveness to all of you. Second, I will delete this channel. I will delete all my science book. And I will say sorry because I am wrong. Okay? So that's why if you are a person who are watching this video and say that God does not exist, you either have a mental illness, you are stupid, you are deliberately intellectually dishonest, and you are not doing any science. You are just using your religious belief and call that science and accuse us, especially me who discovered intelligence, that we are doing any religious science in science. No. Science is always science. Science is always real. Science is always testable. That's why before you claim that God does not exist, that an intelligent designer does not exist, you must first define what is intelligence and fight me intellectually, scientifically, and win against me. If not, you have a mental illness. You are sorry to say, but you are stupid, stupid, stupid. Okay, so thank you for watching my videos. So next time I think I have to use the definition of intelligence, explain many things that normally there's no answer. Okay, so I'll be using the definition of intelligence that I discovered in the next video to explain a difficult topic that only an intelligence could answer clearly and very, very clearly scientifically. Okay, anyway, thank you. Thank you in Japanese is arigato. Yeah, this is a normal saying. But if you would like to be polite, you will say arigato gozaimasu. That's if you would like to be polite, arigato gozaimasu. So in Tagalog, in Philippine language, when we use the word arigato or thank you, we normally say salamat. Or if you would like to use thank you very much, we normally use the word in Tagalog, okay? Maraming salamat po. 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 Po is a word we are normally use. Sorry, I need to drink water. Po is normally the word we use in the sentence in Tagalog to denote what should I say, a severe respect. Okay, to in a word we are using respect word. What should I say? Okay, so that's why arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you again for my next videos about using intelligence that I discovered. Thank you and God bless.